First, let's talk about a fork. A fork is basically the miners running two different sets of software, basically creating two different coins. One would be called Bitcoin, and one would be called something else. Now, the question of which one would be called Bitcoin is kind of important. A lot of people have said, well, since this Bitcoin Unlimited group is the one creating the hard fork, they should not be called Bitcoin. It's going off on a different fork. They shouldn't be called Bitcoin. The question really is, how many people are voting in the Bitcoin community, voting for the unlimited side or the core side? And the miners get most of the votes because they're the ones running the software. Very complicated, but here's what happens, and why I think that Bitcoin Unlimited is going to win no matter what happens, and I think that the Bitcoin core guys, the SegWit guys, know this as well. So given that, let's say that Bitcoin Unlimited starts a fork and if they have over 51% of the community, which I think they do already, kind of saying, we're going to run the software we're going to run is Bitcoin Unlimited because it raises the size of the block to 2 megabytes and unlimited after that. That's the problem that needs to be fixed right now. The other problem couldn't even be fixed right now. It would take a year or two to get all the wallets and all that up and running. But let's say the contention stays and Bitcoin Unlimited only gets 30% or 40% or 50%. Anything over 50%, I would say that Bitcoin Unlimited would retain the Bitcoin name and the Bitcoin symbols on the exchanges. The exchanges can do whatever they want. Everybody's saying, well, if it's not called BTC, if it's called BTU, that would change everything. No, it won't change everything. The exchange is just a moniker they use. It's got nothing to do with who's going to win this battle. Because if they use a certain moniker that 99% or even 51% go with Bitcoin Unlimited, the larger blocks, because they will, because it's cheaper transactions and it's faster. And the implementation time is completely different. So ultimately, Bitcoin Unlimited is going to be the choice once the hard fork happens because the speed and the cost of the Bitcoin core group, the SegWit group, is going to be too high. And I mean, it's free market. Who would win between something cheaper and faster? So let's just say it forks off. You got Bitcoin core, Bitcoin Unlimited. Now both sides would get their current holdings in Bitcoin. Basically, the amount of Bitcoin would, in essence, be doubled to, I think it's 16 million coins out there right now, so it'd be doubled to 32 million coins. You as a Bitcoin holder, before this fork, would get equal amounts of both. So and I'm not going to call it BTC or BTU or BTCC because it is yet to be determined which of these two will be called BTC. And I think it would be the most popular choice, the most widely used by the miners who are doing all this work with the software. And it's clear that the miners make more money with the higher Bitcoin price. That's one of the reasons that the miners are going to win this battle. It's like a non-issue. But it is important because there's the core developers who write the software. They're just pining for their own solution. They think it's smarter and safer, which is great until Bitcoin Unlimited said, because this is taking away the utility, that is the big problem with this core mining group. They didn't understand what money was. They didn't understand why Bitcoin became so successful. They thought it was because the price was going up and it was a great store of value was the main key to the success. I don't think so. I think it is the utility as a means of exchange, especially when these banks start falling in the very near future. So the choice will be obvious what we want to use Bitcoin for at that point in time. But real quick, so on the split, you've got either a contentious split or non-contentious. split. Contentious split means these guys aren't going to give up. They're going to fight it to the end, and they aren't going to come to any decisions. There's going to be a fork, and there will be 2 coins created. Just like in Ethereum, there have been many forks. Ethereum's had many forks. Monero's had forks. There's a little risk in a fork. There's more risk if it's contentious. Because right now, all the guys at Bitcoin Core are saying, well, we're going to attack Bitcoin Unlimited's solution, which they have. The one bug that was found so far was found by someone in Bitcoin Core's development group, so they were attacking it. And a lot of people are signaling to the market that they're not using Bitcoin Unlimited because they don't want to get attacked, even though they are using Bitcoin Unlimited. That's a different story I'll get into. But, okay, so we got a fork. There's Bitcoin Core and Bitcoin Unlimited. Let's say they both start trading. Bitcoin Core, if you have a timeline right here, and this is 2017, when the split happens, 2018, 2019, Bitcoin Core probably will not even get into the hands of the public until 2018. They have a November 15th kind of drop dead date where they need 90% of the participants. They're not going to get 90%. But also there's the wallet adoption and all that. Probably won't be in full use until 2019. Now, Bitcoin Core people might argue, but here's the thing. As soon as this fork happens, people will end up with the same amount of each coin. So if you had 100 Bitcoins, you have 100 Core and you have 100 Unlimited. You have a choice at that point, when the exchanges start picking this up, to either hold Core or hold Unlimited or hold both. The Bitcoin Unlimited guys, this will be cheaper and faster. Bitcoin Core, more expensive and slower, although safer. Bitcoin Core will have a safer network, but here's the thing. Cheaper and faster wins, especially because it won't get... Bitcoin Unlimited gets implemented right away. So you're going to see people selling Bitcoin Core and buying Bitcoin Unlimited. If you've been in gold and silver long enough, you know if the price goes up, you know exactly what's going to happen. People are going to run to the place that price is going up. Roger Ver actually, has 300,000 Bitcoin, supposedly. Big supporter of that. He will sell all his Core Bitcoin, 300,000 Bitcoin of Core being sold. Gavin Andreessen, who was Satoshi's number 2 guy. I'm sure he has a lot of Bitcoin. He will do the exact same thing. He will be investing in Bitcoin Unlimited, the cheaper and better solution for that problem, for the scaling problem that Bitcoin has right now. And you got McAfee of McAfee, the software company, is building a gigantic mining farm in Washington, state of Washington, has signaled that, yeah, that's the answer, Bitcoin Unlimited. Plus all their followers, I would say maybe that is what? Close to probably 1 million coins that will be sold at Core and bought at Bitcoin Unlimited. But here's another one. Which one of these do you think the largest Bitcoin holder in the world would rather prefer? And the largest Bitcoin holder in the world is none other than Satoshi Nakamoto. He's going to end up with 1 million coins of Bitcoin Core and 1 million coins of Bitcoin Unlimited. Bitcoin Unlimited sticks to his philosophy that this should be a means of exchange for the people. So you've got 1 million coins of Bitcoin Core that will be sold by Satoshi to buy over here at Bitcoin Unlimited. Huge demand going this way. There's the Core followers that probably, I don't know, 500,000 to 1 million coins that they hold total. I would say this is the Core guys, the developers and all that are going on that kind of believe in it, but know that that's going to win. Do you think they would risk all their Bitcoin by selling Bitcoin Unlimited to buy into Core? Not a chance. We saw it with Ethereum. There's Ether Classic and then there's ETH, And Ethereum, there's one dominant player. It was the ETH, and you're going to see a lot of that. As soon as this fork happens and these things start to trade, people will be selling Bitcoin Core, whatever it's called. If it's called BTC or BT Core or BTCC, and whatever this one is called, BTC or BTU or whatever it's called by the exchanges. Now it's the exchanges that are just putting a moniker on it for their own purposes. That everything's going to go over there, and once it is shown that thing is going down and that thing is going up, I'll guarantee you that everybody will be jumping onto the Bitcoin Unlimited train because people follow price. Bitcoin Core guys are smart. They know exactly what is going to happen. That's why they're trying their best to hack the Bitcoin Unlimited, people running Bitcoin Unlimited. But it's not going to work. So here's the other solution. The Bitcoin Core guys are going to give up this fight. They know it's a no-win situation. They know that most of the miners, especially in China, which is the largest mining area in the world right now, they know that most of the Chinese miners are going to go with what makes them the most money, and what makes them the most money is Bitcoin Unlimited. And so really quick, here's what happens if Bitcoin Core capitulates and says, okay, we get it. We don't think it's right, but we want to be involved with Bitcoin still, and we're going to keep working on our software for a later date. But all this happens, if it happens now or later, Bitcoin Unlimited solves the problem now. Bitcoin Core doesn't really solve the problem, but it is definitely delayed. We're in 2017 right now. If there's a banking crash between now and 2018, 2019, if there's a banking crash, we're going to need the utility of Bitcoin. That's what I'm screaming about. I think there's a banking crash right in here where we're going to have to make a decision what we use as money going forward. And if Bitcoin is not available because of the Bitcoin Core SegWit solution was adopted, or not even adopted at this point, you can kiss the prospects for Bitcoin as use as money goodbye. You can kiss the value of Bitcoin because it won't be able to be used as money, only as the store of value. But I think had it done just SegWit, it wouldn't be ready, and the bankers will come in with their solution for fixing the problem. There will be no alternative. If we do the split, the hard fork, there will be an alternative to the unbacked fiat monetary system. That's what the world needs. And so, in conclusion, here's where I think the debate will come out, is there will be a fork in software. It will be called BTC. It'll be non-contentious, which means the Bitcoin Core guys are going to step down and say, we're going to support this other way. We think it's just a short-term fix, but especially if the banks are collapsing, they're going to understand the need for speed and the immediacy of getting the means of exchange into the hands of the people. A Bitcoin fork, a non-contentious, there's no other coin that's created. It just changes the software, and then we have 100% support of the entire community. Because not a small fraction, as I showed in how these coins would trade, a small fraction cannot break off and pretend that, we have a better solution. I know the price is going down and the other one's skyrocketing, but stick with us. No, it's not going to work. And then after that, after the fork, the core developers can continue what they're doing to make safety features and fixes and things like that, but it's a timing issue. And the timing is going to be, we need the means of exchange in the hands of the people when these banks crash. If the banks crash by summertime, which I believe they will, then Bitcoin Unlimited is the obvious answer. It increases the block size to unlimited amounts, really, and it's cheap and easy for individual transactions. And we can say, hey, world, we can go to a Bitcoin standard and just forget about the banks. And by the way, Apple Computer's putting a 21 ink Bitcoin mining chip on every phone, so it's going to be great. Anybody with a cell phone can buy a cup of coffee then. Anyway, this is much longer than I wanted to go. My name is Bix Weir. Go to roadtoruta.com. Sign up and you get a free book. Sign up for the YouTube channel. I'm doing YouTubes every day. Very exciting, fun stuff like this. I'm trying to explain the world through Road to Ruta, but sometimes it's complicated like Bitcoin. But hopefully this broke it down to make sense. And that's it. Go to roadtoruta.com. Love you all. Later.